Alright, welcome to Madness Tutorials week 3, Stargate Mod part 3. This week we're going to be covering alarms, basically it. And if there's time afterwards, what we're also going to do is we're going to show you exactly what a fully furbished, fully renovated, fully built Stargate based ought to look like. But first I think Dog has put on a bit of a bungee session for us. Well, that was a little less spectacular than I would have hoped. And he's half in the water. No worries, folks. He's mechanical. He doesn't need oxygen. Okay. Just dial in the base. What I want to point out now is the mods I'm using for this tutorial is just purely Stargate and wire. Okay. If you don't know what I'm doing, I suggest you check out part 1 and 2. It'll explain everything. Alright, so what we're going to do is first we're going to set up an audible alarm. So when the Stargate is active, you get a big alarm sound, big awooga. But seeing as how the wire sound library is a bit constrained, we're going to use the regular sound emitters. That's another mod I'm going to be using actually, sound emitters. Yeah, so select sound emitters, pick your favorite. I use co-siren and the signer key. I'm going to spawn under there out of the way, so what's going to happen when the gate goes off is this. To make it a bit louder, add another one on the other side if you like, and that should be fine. You'll get this a bit louder. So now we're going to set it up to work with the wire system. So we scroll down here to number output. So that means that when this wire box gets an input of 1, it's going to output a plus as if you're pressing it on your keypad. Just going to pop that there. And now what we're going to want to do is wire this box here up to the Stargate with an output of active. Okay, so that basically means when it's active, the Stargate outputs a 1, the box picks it up and sets off the alarm. Let me just show you this now. Doesn't particularly matter if I dial a real address or not, so I'm just going to show you. See, you get a nice loud alarm. You're not going to miss that, because I just typed in any fake address, the gate shuts down. Okay, visual alarms next. This one's a little more involved. So what we're going to want to do is we're going to go to wire physics and select our wheel. Default values are fine here. I recommend 1500 for the torque, and I'm just going to stick with a 1 light. Actually, you can set up 2 or 3 lights, but I find that lags my machine horribly, especially when I'm recording. So next up we're going to select the lamps, which can be found in wire display. Now it's very important that you select everything except for the colour you want it to be on when the alarm goes off to 0. So green's going to be off, blue's going to be off, and red is going to be on. Okay, and then excuse me, the rope length is far too long. I recommend 5. Okay, now what we're going to want to do is select a constant value and a single value of 255. I'll explain what this is for later. Next, what we're going to want to do is select the multiplication chip and the gate arithmetic. Now if you don't know what these lamps do, it has 3 inputs, red, green and blue, and each one goes up to a maximum of 255, and that way, by mixing and matching the colors, you can get pretty much any color of the spectrum. So go back down to Y here, and you're going to select A on this. It doesn't really matter, seeing as our multiply chip, to active. Okay, to the output of active on the gate. Okay, we're getting a horrible wire here. So what we're going to do is we're going to select the wire width to 0. active, okay, so when the gate's active, it's going to put in a 1, and we're going to multiply that by 255. So that's going to output the 255 when the gate's active. So then we're going to select the red value for these lamps to the multiplication chip. So that means at the moment, seeing as how the gate's not active, it's going to be no light. And what we're also going to do is we're going to select the wheel here, the go, to also the active. Alright, so what you should end up with